Princess Mononoke is the only good Studio Ghibli film. Most of these movies follow an overused formula, but Princess Mononoke is the only one that steps outside of that rigid confinement. For starters, this movie has an actual focused plot. Every long cinematic cut and picturesque scene builds the world and storyline. This young cursed prince has to go far west in order to seek out a cure for his demonic sickness. The people he meets along the way serve to further his character development and progress the plot. Also, did you know that Billy Bob Thornton does the voice for the stocky dude named Jikobo in this movie for the English dub? I was very surprised and amazed, and so that added a little kernel of excitement to my watch experience. Ashikata, the cursed prince, finally meets the people of the Iron Village, and the movie establishes a well-balanced antagonist in Lady Eboshi. She wants to further the development of the tools of humanity, and that's not an evil motivation. However, she does not care about the destruction of the earth or its animalistic inhabitants. I can see where she is coming from, but I believe that humans should be good stewards of the earth, meaning that we should treat animals and nature humanely. So in reality, I actually agree that it's okay to build and maintain something like the Iron Town, and that's the conclusion that Ashikata comes to in the end of the movie. But they also compromise in showing the animals and spirits their due respect. Fighting didn't solve anything, but also in real life, there are no animals or spirits that can talk, so there wouldn't be a way to resolve their issues. I was also expecting San, aka Princess Mononoke, to be the main character of this movie, but she isn't. She is peculiar, to say the least. San claims to be a wolf, but she obviously concedes to Ashikata's philosophical stance on industrialization at the expense of nature. I don't think she will straight up kill anyone after this movie, but I assume that she will continue to watch over and defend the forest. Going a little deeper into the main theme of this movie, I would say that I liked the comprehensive explanation of both competing philosophies. On one hand, the spirits don't want their land and creatures to be trampled upon, but on the other hand, iron has lots of great uses for humans, so it's inevitable that humans expand, but there should be a nuanced path that they should follow. What really puts this Studio Ghibli film over the top is the cinematic views and wonderful animation. They mostly drew the scenes by hand, with some features being computer generated. It simply looked like a masterpiece though. I loved the colorful aesthetics being juxtaposed with the dark demonic imagery. I really should have watched it in the theater because I highly doubt that my 50-inch TV does it justice. I was very impressed with the pacing too. The middle drags on for just a little bit, but the beginning of the movie is lightning fast. It just makes me enjoy the film more when you start out right and you don't have a lame opening scene. Even though this movie is over 2 hours long, it doesn't seem like it. I think the momentous essence of this film makes the runtime valid. Just think of the best movies in history, and lots of them are pretty long, either 2 hours or more. So the pacing was solid, with not much fluff or filler. Finally, I must say that Princess Mononoke didn't follow the isekai-ish formula that all other Studio Ghibli movies perform. What happens is usually a young girl or boy will go into this fantasy land, learn something, and then get back home. But in this movie, it blended real historic features with fantastical elements, ultimately delivering a fresh, unique spin on the Studio Ghibli franchise. Princess Mononoke was by far my favorite Studio Ghibli film, and while I usually don't enjoy anime movies, this particular film deserves a 9 out of 10. A Silent Voice is technically my favorite anime movie since it speaks to me on a more relatable level than most other anime movies, but Princess Mononoke is objectively a top 5 anime movie of all time. If you want to see my review for A Silent Voice, make sure to check it out in the outro of this video. As always, this is the Eagle-Eyed Samurai, signing off.